I would say that the problems are more difficult than I imagined them to be. The responsibilities placed in the United States are greater than I imagined them to be, and there are greater limitations upon our ability to bring about a favorable result than I had imagined them to be. And I think that's probably true of anyone who becomes president, because there is such a difference between those who advise or speak or legislate and between the man who must select from the various alternatives proposed and say that this shall be the policy of the United States. Well, it's much easier to make the speeches than it is to finally make the judgments. There are no easy matters will ever come to you as president. If they're easy, they will be settled at a lower level. So the matters that finally come to you as president are always the difficult matters, and matters which carry with them large implications. So this contributes to some of the burdens of the office of the presidency, which other presidents have commented on.
Allowing even warships to sail unthreateningly through another country's territorial waters. China seems to find the exercises provocative enough to try to deter America from further sorties, or perhaps they provide a useful pretext.
The most powerful person on earth, the President of the United States, has a big problem. You see, they surround themselves with people whose sole existence depends on pleasing the President. Their advice is based on what they think the President wants to hear. So after Kennedy and Khrushchev almost blew up the world, the CIA decided the President needed a single advisor whose recommendations were based on what happened in the past. No emotion, no agenda, just a single final voice.
The guided missile cruiser USS Culminates was confronted by Chinese warships in the South China Sea near China's new aircraft carrier Liaoning on December 5th. The Culminates was reportedly conducting surveillance of the Liaoning at the time. A Chinese Navy vessel sent a warning and ordered the Culminates to stop. The Culminates refused the order as it was operating in international waters. A Chinese tank landing ship then sailed in front of the Culminates and stopped, forcing the Culminates to change its course.
美国打着所谓航行自由的旗号炫耀武力。
The United States flaunting its military power and creating tension in the name of freedom of navigation is exactly the main cause for the militarization push in the South China Sea.
Today is my 2,190th day in presidential exile. Maybe retirement isn't so bad, but no one retires from this job. Walt didn't retire. He died of what they called mysterious circumstances. Officially, all I do now is just reclassify documents as top secret for the Director of National Intelligence. You know, the occasional trip to Washington, a meeting with my heir apparent.
Welcome back, Doctor.
Dakota, it's good to see you. I've been in the wilderness so long, I was starting to feel like both Lewis and Clark. So, when do we meet the director?
The president would like me to run point on this.
Then sex with the head of the CIA Special Activities Committee.
So, do you want to fuck or what?
Catch a late flight back to Texas. You know, maybe it's not that bad at all. The fact that Lewis is sitting in my lounge can only mean one thing. President Hamilton is in big trouble again. I made the mistake of telling her that the next war will start in the Pacific like the last one, and our enemy this time is going to be China. For that, the Secretary of State said that final voice analysis presents a clear and present danger to the United States and must be eliminated. Of course, the Secretary of State resigned in disgrace 3 months later, and frankly, the entire gang that Hamilton brought to Washington is either in jail or are writing books. My guess is Hamilton backed herself into some kind of corner with China, but why Lewis? Final voice? Red analysis? It can't be that bad. Hello, Lewis. Where's your broom?
I thought you'd be glad to see me.
You've got to be kidding.
I never kid.
No way.
The president has made her request. Your country needs you.
The president is a lunatic, and you, of all people, should know better than to appeal to my sense of patriotism. I'm Adrian.
It's for sale to the right buyer.
Am I the right buyer?
I knew if I couldn't appeal to your sense of patriotism, greed was the next best thing.
The National Security Council's latest intelligence is reporting China is deploying 2 nuclear missile submarines off the west coast of the United States. And I hate to tell them, but I already knew that. The fact that it's taken the White House this long to react, though, that's a real problem. Chinese nuclear missile submarines on the west coast of the United States can only be there for one reason. They plan on using them. You know, I'm actually starting to feel sorry for the president.
How long is it going to take?
Well, how bad is it?
It's China again, and it's World War III. How long?
Well, the initial analysis, I mean, you gotta give me a week.
You've got 48 hours. The president is sending an envoy.
This isn't your show?
I work for you. You are right about one thing. The president is a lunatic.